go to the library. I still have friends. I still have family. There's still a whole 24 hours. Within a day before anything happens. I know because I come here all the time. It looks like I don't have no life outside of here. But like I said, the way my life is scheduled and the way the airport is sometimes set up, that they just arrest me as soon as they see me without giving me a chance. Sometimes, not everyone's gonna run when they see an officer, while you're walking through the airport going to another location. So every officer is different. Not every time, I'm getting arrested while I'm sitting, so there's been several different cases or instances. But, I do have stuff that I do like to do other than being arrested.
Is it about here?
No signal on it.
I don't know. Oh, I do. No, I'm not anybody. Do you have any other marks? Oh, all day. That underneath your hair. Okay. With your hair on there? Go ahead with it. So there's a protective order against you? Yes. Need that call. Okay, can you give me the call number on the PTO, please? On the day? Yeah.
Right, Warren, 2022, 025 and the warrant located yesterday.
025. Okay, give me the
Please state your name for the record.
Leland Keye.
And how are you employed?
I am a Beaumont police officer.
And how long have you been a Beaumont police officer?
Oh, probably 23 years.
And were you working on January 3rd, 2023?
I was.
And were you called out to a 1233, was it Long Street?
Yes.
And then in Beaumont?
It's in Beaumont, Jefferson County.
What was that in reference to?
Sexual assault.
And when you got there on scene, what did you find?
Well, the patrol officers had detained a male suspect leaving the residence. Then also found the complainant, Jenna Aldridge, who was wearing a male's shirt that was kind of covering her.
Now, were you able to identify the suspect there?
I was.
And what was his name?
Brandon Haskins.
And do you see him in the courtroom today?
I do.
Would you please point and describe the article of clothing he's wearing?
Wearing the orange jail jumpsuit right there.
All right, I asked that the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant.
Yes, it will.
And Detective King, what happened after you arrived on scene? Did the defendant go back to the police station with him?
Well, yes, he was not with me, but he was transported by a patrol officer to the police station.
And when you got to the police station, were you able to conduct an interview with him?
Yes.
Did you read him his Miranda rights prior to that interview?
Yes.
And was it video recorded?
Video and audio evidence.
I'm showing you what's marked the State's Exhibit 3, and do you recognize that?
Yes, sir.
Hey, guys.
Let's tackle line up in.
Stop
So
it,
you were out of jail on the Sunday, it. I that was actually yesterday. Yes, yesterday morning. No, it's 100 days.
evening at 3 o'clock.
Okay. Was there anything pointed about where this is headed other than
It's just absent.
defaming?
You go through it, your honor, it's
Complainant.
just absent that he does, and there's more conversation where he's talking about that he did go over to the house. That's
Well, I
basically
mean, he's
absent
pleaded true
about
to this, and I think that point's been made. I don't think there's any, I don't know what the point is about defaming, but it certainly is. You are no kind of gentleman, sir. I mean, saying that kind of stuff about someone in one sentence, defaming them, and yet turning around and saying that that's your kind of lady, woman, is just odd. But that's not the way I grew up. I think you're supposed to treat a lady a lot differently than you seem to feel like you ought to. I'm curious about this pre-sentence report. How many convictions do you have? How many convictions do you have?
Oh, I've been.
How many? I mean, no, I can tell you how many I have, but I mean, this is personal. You would know, nobody knows better than you.
I've been convicted of the alcohol, drug. Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Said that when I explained, she liked, we
I'm
like.
not talking about your criminal history.
Oh, just one, just one, the DWI.
Oh, really? Well, let's start with 2010.
Oh, I can have that.
I have your criminal history right here.
I can.
Okay, assault causing bodily injury out of Galveston County, 6 days in jail. Convicted there. That's a misdemeanor. 2003, 20 days in jail for unlawfully carrying a weapon. See if we can count all this up. That's 2. Driving while intoxicated in 2003, a year adjudicated probation. That's a conviction.
I do remember.
Driving while intoxicated, second in 05, 6 days in jail. That's a conviction. Theft by check, 3 days in jail. That's a conviction. Assault causing bodily injury to family member, $100 fine, and that's conviction out of Galveston County. Assault with intent and reckless injury, Maricopa County, Arizona, 3 years probation there. 2012, 2 years probation, domestic violence, Maricopa County, Arizona. 2017, 12 months probation, simple assault. 2017, 45 days, deadly conduct, Denver County. 2017, 180 days in jail, assault out of Denver County, Colorado. Let's see, trespassing in 2021, 60 days in jail. In 2005, 1 year jail, evading arrest or detention with a motor vehicle. And then you have this DWI third, that's another conviction that you're on probation for. That's 12. You said 1. You were just a little off on your math.
Well, I just don't remember.
Okay,
Well,
well- Oh, you can't remember. Okay, well, I'll help you with your memory. What about the Class C misdemeanors? These are things that are fines only, but they're still crimes. About how many would you say you had?
No clue. I don't
Yes,
remember.
yes. 56. 56. Including 9 public intoxications, 34 traffic offenses, FTA 11 FTE, failure
Could be.
to appear, I mean, we're talking about a punishment, about crimes here that are 70 or more of public records, 70 or more. The point I'm making is you had your chance to explain. All you did was spend some time defacing a lady, a woman who, on the other side of the coin, you claim to have affection for. And the point of all of this is the rules don't seem to be meaningful to you. And this is an utter defiance to a court order that puts you in here while you are on probation for a DWI third, driving while intoxicated. And this 2 other prior convictions plus this one makes it a 3rd degree felony. All right. I think I've heard enough. What do y'all want?
Your Honor, the state's requesting the 7 years, Your Honor.
Why?
Immediately after he gets out of jail for assault family violence, the very next day, again, he goes over to the house and is now charged with sexual assault and violation of protective order, going over to the house again right away after getting out of jail and having several arrests been made at that residence just prior to that. Not taking his probation seriously and hasn't. And I think, again, we just ask that you send a message, give him 7 years.
Right. Mr. West, go ahead.
Your Honor, I would request a more lenient sentence on the lower end, and let these cases rise or fall as the state can make those cases. The sexual assault case, the victim's not here, whether she comes or not, we all have no idea what's going to happen on that case. The violation of protective order, he pled true to that. That's what we're really here on, Your Honor. He admitted that he
No,
did it.
we're really here on him being on probation for a DWI felony offense for which he's got 1 foot in jail and the other on a banana peel.
I meant that we were here right now at this point because he pled true to that violation. He hasn't denied it. He didn't deny that he was there. He never denied any of those allegations.
No, it was clear his attempted excuse
It was a mitigation excuse, yes, Your Honor. It wasn't a
was
defense.
what?
It was a
No,
mitigation of
it was another defiance of the order. It was a second pronged defiance. It's a paragraph clearly there that he defined, much less the underlying spirit of the whole document was to stay away.
I understand, Your Honor, and I believe that's why he pled true to that, because he knows that he is in violation and was doing wrong. But I think we wanted the court to know this was a situation where it wasn't. He had permission, or what he felt was permission, to be there. Now we understand that
He didn't have permission to be there. The court
I know that, that's what I'm
made
getting at.
that clear.
That's what he believed to be permission. However, we know that, and that's the reason he pled true to that even the victim cannot give permission, and he understands that now. But
No, he signed the document in the paragraph that says this is not an excuse. They are not able to give
I understand, Your Honor, and
consent. And it's right there. It was gone over with him. And
I'm just saying that in his mind, Your Honor, and it doesn't mean that he was right. He wasn't right, but it's a situation where he was just trying to get us closed initially, like he testified to, or said to the court. And then she said, "Just come on over, just hang. You're okay." And again, that's in violation of the court order, and that's why he admitted this and pled true to that, Your Honor.
see, what are the punishment range? What's the punishment range for such a crime? He's been indicted for it. It's a 3rd-degree felony.
Yes.
It's a 3rd-degree felony, no less than 2, no more than 10 years. So it has its seriousness and it's good reason for that. It's hard to really figure out a set of circumstances that's any more major and defiant to that statute than what I'm hearing in this case. Okay, I just want everybody to know, this is terrible. It's chaos. It breeds chaos is what's happened. That's why these are supposed to prevent chaos and ensure domestic tranquility that the Constitution states. There's only 5 purposes for this country, for this nation. Ensuring domestic tranquility, he's an enemy.
And Your Honor, just for purposes of the record, I just want to make it clear that I did pass the witness, Detective Leland Keene, and
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
West didn't have any questions.
Yes, Your Honor.
For him.
Okay.
So,
But Your Honor, we would request a lenient sentence based on.
All right. Anything else to say by anybody? Do you want to say anything else, sir? This
Yes,
is,
sir.
you may.
Only reason I went back because she told me to. That's why I knew the dates and.
Keep digging the
when I
hole.
went back to
Just
get
keep
my
digging the
things,
hole. I don't understand
when I went
why
back
you
to
would
my
say
things,
that.
I already had left. I left. And when she came down to where I was, an old man named Butcher, we were down there. She came and got me and told me to come back. That's when I was leaving with the sleeping bag, because we were in the bed, messing around. She jumps up and runs out naked. That's when I grabbed the sleeping bag and just left. That's what that was. That's when I was leaving.
Okay. That's it. That's the best you got.
Sir, it's the truth.
Well, it may very well be the truth, but I don't see much help to you in that. I've heard defamation of that poor lady. I was kind of, what you said about her, that's private business anyway. Sexual acts between consenting adults should be kept private. Why would you think that would be appropriate to divulge in public about a lady?
I was just
And
being honest.
Yeah, well,
It's like the back window.
you were being crude.
True.
You were being crude, sir. All right. And if there was a crime for that, that would be indicted too. There'd be a felony offense because it's between defiance and just utter crudeness. And gentlemen, you're not under that definition of gentleman. Your picture's not going to be under that word. I'm sorry. I'm sure you were raised better than that, unless you were running with a pack of wolves.
No, I was just intoxicated.
Sir, how many? We're talking about 70 violations of law. 70 that are here in the pre-sentence report. And then this. Well, it pretty much puts an exclamation point on the way you think about the law. It's not important. It's for others, it seems like. I do find as follows that there is sufficient evidence supporting this first amended motion to revoke probation to grant it by a preponderance of the evidence or even greater than that in this case, since you have admitted and pleaded true voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently to allegation 6 that you committed the offense of violation of a protective order on or about January 3rd, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas. And then it's amazing that these words are in here, which is included in all allegations of serious nature. And you committed this against the peace and dignity of the state. The point being is that everyone in the state is lesser, is punished, is violated when you violate criminal laws, especially serious criminal laws like the felony offenses. Because of this blatant violation of your probation, which is in violation of condition 1, do not commit a crime, I find that the elements of this offense have been proven, and that you intentionally and knowingly violated the terms of the order issued by Judge DeRuin, and were issued, by the way, on Christmas Day, by the way, of 2022. I think that's interesting that you would act this way on an order that was issued on Christmas Day, which again shows just defiance of good things. You just do not see, you have chosen evil versus good, wrong versus right. And you intentionally and knowingly committed an act in furtherance of the Texas Penal Code, and it is alleged in the indictment sexual assault. I don't have proof of that, but you certainly committed trespassing, and you certainly violated the laws of the state of Texas in that regard. Thus, your probation is revoked. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 7 years. You will be given credit for all time you have served. I think you have over 350 days. Is this him? Yes. Over 350 days credit. And that will be applied toward the service of your sentence on that case. All right, that's one. He's got two more. All right, what do you want to do, John, for those other two
Your Honor,
on settings?
set them for trial, what we requested. We requested that last time.
Okay, wait, we're going to set the violation of protective order for
Well,
trial?
that one may be
Didn't he just
different.
admit?
Sexual assault, we're definitely set for.
Okay, well, what are we going to do on that one? Why don't we set this for an announcement first?
Yeah.
For 4 weeks,
That makes
and then we'll ferret out where these may head, okay? Anything else on this case?
nothing, Your Honor.
That is all. Thank you. All right. John, you've got Samuel Thomas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's get him, please. Bye-bye.
Do you see a trend going with both kids?
Samuel Thomas. Hi, Mr. Thomas. And please have a seat, sir. We call 20-35921, the state of Texas versus Samuel Thomas. There is a first amended motion to revoke probation here that was filed on January 11th of 2023. And you are here with your attorney, Mr. West. And John, what are we going to do here? Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this? Can we
Yeah,
proceed in summary?
Yes.
All right. Sir, and you are Samuel Thomas.
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that any statements you make during this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Sure.
Lower your hand. In summary, this first amended motion to revoke probation states that on September 26, 2022, you were sentenced to 2 years in the state jail, probated for 5 years for burglary of a building. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Now, we're going to go over the motion to revoke probation. I'm looking for the first one. There it is. There was, and there was nothing. There were no decisions made on that, John. So
Right.
We're going to go with number one. There are 10 violations here. John, have you gone over this? Are there any he's going to admit to? One states You failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office for the months of September and October of 2022, which would have been right when you were put on probation. Is that true or untrue?
It's true.
That is true? All right. Two, I'm going to skip that. Failing to work faithfully. Three, you failed to provide verification of performing community service hours as required. Is that true? I'm going to skip the assessed fees. Okay. Five, it states you committed the offense of illegal possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, on or about October 16th, 2022 in Cuyahoga Parish, Louisiana. What's the parish seat of that? Do y'all know? What's the big city? Cuyahoga. No, Beauregard Parish is Beauregard is in Beauregard Parish. Cuyahoga, do we know? What's the main city in that parish? We don't know. Okay. And it states you were finally convicted of that offense on November 22nd, 2022. Do you know what we're talking about?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to skip six.
Harrisonburg,
Harrisonburg? I'll be darned. I wouldn't have guessed. I would have missed. Must be near, up north near Mississippi. North,
Yes, sir.
North-
I'll look at a picture of it right now.
northeast.
Your address.
Seven, you failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office for the month of November of 22. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
So that's September, October, and November. 8, you failed to remain in Jefferson County, Texas, and that you were in Cuyahoga, Louisiana on or about October 16th, 2022 without permission from the probation office here. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
I guess that's when you committed that offense there, huh?
Yes, sir.
9, you've possessed an illegal dangerous substance on or about October 16th, 2022, which showed the presence of methamphetamine in violation of your probation order. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to skip the last one. We're going to just move on. Are you pleading true to allegations 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, and 9 of this first amended motion to revoke probation voluntarily and because those allegations are true as they are described in this motion?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand by a knowing and voluntary plea of true to one or more violations of probation is enough to grant this motion to revoke probation by a preponderance of the evidence or greater? Your probation can be revoked and you can be sentenced to no less than 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail.
Yes, sir.
Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes, sir.
I find you are pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We're pregnant, the PSI judge.
What do y'all want to argue?
Yeah.
What are y'all asking for? State and then defense?
Your Honor, stay
And-
there for 18 months, state jail.
Okay. John, and if you want to put on any additional evidence?
No, additional, well, Your Honor, I would like my client to testify to you, at least give the court some idea of what's going on here.
Okay. It's always good to get an idea.
Some.
You would testify,
Yeah, he can come up here.
or even testify from here or there, what's best for you?
He can do that. Daniel? Turn that counterclockwise. A little bit. The other counterclockwise. There we go. Some more. 20 more degrees. 20 more degrees. Keep going. There you go. Stop. Put your little hand down there. About 5 more degrees. And there we go. Okay. Well, somebody knocked the camera askew.
Is that good, Your Honor?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, go ahead.
I think, Mr. Thomas, you just pled true to several violations of your probation. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And, you were out of Texas and Louisiana and picked up a charge there. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You've already pled guilty to that.
Yes, sir.
And what punishment did you get for that? Do you remember? Okay, okay.
What'd he say?
He said he don't remember. So do you remember going to court over in Catalina Parish?
Yes, I did.
All right, but you don't remember what they gave you?
Post sentence.
Did they give you a probation or prison time?
I was in jail for a while, they let me out.
So they did let you out and then you were eventually arrested and brought into custody here in Jefferson County. Is that
Yeah, I
correct?
turned myself in, I got tired of running.
Okay. Because you knew there was a warrant out for you.
Right.
All right. I guess the big question is, why shouldn't a judge give you, well, the state asked for 18 months, but it could be up to 2 years. Why shouldn't the judge give you 2 years in state jail?
Well, to be honest with you, Your Honor, the original charge is bogus, okay? The building I supposed to broke into, I was the man's yard man for almost 1.5 years. I had a key to the shed. My chainsaw was in that shed. I called him one morning and told him I need to come by and pick up my chainsaw. Is your wife at home? He said, no, she's at work. Go ahead and go get it.
Hold on, hold on. Let me look at something here, huh? You pled guilty to this
Yes, I did.
over a year ago. Okay, hold on for a second. I want to make sure you understand the box that you're kind of in. All right, well, let me see. Need to print out the plea paper. Think I might have it. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show you here. Let's mark this so we're all clear. 'Cause you're under oath. I want to make sure that you understand. I'm going to highlight the important parts that I want to talk about here. All right. Here, one of you guys, I'm going to give this to you. What I've done here is I'm going to give to you to look at what's marked as court's exhibit. It's referred to as State's Exhibit 1, but it's from the court's file. It's what's called the written plea admonishments that were in your case. And if you can see, give it to the defendant there. See the part that I highlighted in yellow? You can see that at the bottom, that's your signature, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Read out loud the yellow highlighted portions.
Understand the foregoing admonishment for the court I am in, aware of the consequences of my plea. Have read the charges and instrument of my attorney, has explained them to me, and I committed each and every of them with this. I am guilty of the offense, thus include offense charged against me. In this case, I swear to the Lord, okay?
Okay.
You know, what I'm saying, my thing is though, if you'll notice on the probation, there's no restitution. Okay? Restitution is something that's stolen or damaged.
It doesn't have to be restitution necessarily. Sometimes restitution, sometimes the item is recovered or the complainant doesn't ask for anything. But the point is, you pleaded guilty. You
You're right.
pleaded guilty to the crime.
You're right.
You pleaded guilty to it.
And I'll tell you what, I cut trees for a living in Florida.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Had hurricanes and I wasn't gonna make some money. That's why I plead guilty.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm sorry, that may be a reason, but it's not the honest reason because it says, I swear all of this is true. It's hard to say, I swear it's all true. So help me God, subject to perjury, which is a crime.
Right.
And then say, well, I just did this because I needed to go help people in Florida, which is a good thing to do. But there's a right way and a wrong way to move from one jurisdiction to another when you've got a charge pending.
Yes, sir.
And also the law has a built-in another built-in escape clause for that. If people don't want to admit full guilt, they can plead no contest too. That's an option. And then I guess you could explain later, I was accepting responsibility, but here's why I did that. But when you plead guilty and admit all the elements of the crime, you're kind of demeaning the whole process. And then those statements under oath don't mean anything. We just do it because it's a formality, but we really don't mean it. That's not true. They have to have meaning, or else this is just a charade. And the purpose is people who make mistakes, and everybody does, if they're in here for a mistake, they attempt to atone by pleading guilty and admitting and fessing up, taking some consequence, moving on with their life and living a better life. That's what the plan is. It's an honorable one, but it dishonors the whole plan if you go, yeah, I signed that, but I don't get it's under oath. Yeah, well, I swear to God, but that's not important. It is important. It's what makes us civilized. And you're a living example of you get a second chance. See, you had a second chance here, and it's what we make of it. But look, I'm the first guy that I'm director in the Salvation Army, so we get a lot of hurricanes here, and my family's from Louisiana, from New Orleans, so I know what problems are all about and catastrophes, and it's every man on deck. And you roll up your sleeves and you man an oar, because when people need help, everybody needs to be holding the hose and trying to put out the fire. Not everybody does, but a lot of people do. Your criminal history is real extensive. And I don't know why, because you seem like what you say, you're the kind of person who helps people. But you've got a lot of, but you shouldn't stop helping people. That's for sure. And see, you've got a burglary of a building out of Cameron County, Texas. You got 10 months in jail for that, state jail, theft, burglary, Franklin County, Florida. Those are all convictions. And then burglary of a county of a building here, and that's just the felonies. And then we have a whole bunch of failures to identify, evading arrest, theft of property vehicle, theft of property, Cameron, Texas, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, criminal trespass, failure to identify, theft of property. I don't know. Well, need to focus on, getting your own business, and that goes out and it cuts trees, clears land, and then comes out and helps when there's a catastrophe.
That's what I was doing. I had I
know, but
lost everything.
yeah, well, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get back in the game.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's the advice sometimes we all stumble, but the problem being you weren't on this You weren't on this probation long before you're committing these violations. I mean, it's like you didn't take it real seriously. So you're asking for 18? Is that what y'all said?
Oh, that's great, Your Honor.
And John?
12.
Okay.
Rest of 12 months.
Anything else you would like to say, Mr. Thomas?
Everything you said is true, and I agree with you. I just need to get them, you start all over again.
Yes, sir. All right. If nothing further, I'm going to find that there is sufficient evidence supporting this first amended motion to revoke probation to grant it by a preponderance of the evidence or greater, as allegations 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, and 9 have been proven true. Your probation is revoked and you are hereby sentenced to confinement in the state jail for 14 months. You will be given credit for all time you have served. Do you understand what has happened today, sir?
Yes, sir. Well, that, the credit I'll be given also count for the,
250 days is what we unofficially have so
I
far.
have time in Florida where Texas had a hold on me.
Yeah, that could be granted, but that's not anything we can verify. I can only tell you what you're getting credit for here in this county. But you may be entitled to other time. If you are being detained because of a warrant for you, you will be given credit, but that's not something that we can figure out. The state jail will figure that out. They have the ability to figure that out, and that's their responsibility. We don't have to figure it out, but we do it to give you an idea about what you're getting credit for here, so that you can, feel better about it. But you are entitled under law to all credit.